Hello everybody, I'm here with RegScale and we have Eric Ernston here and we're going to talk all about compliance, but we're not going to talk about boring old compliance. We're going to let Eric tell us all about how compliance is dramatically changed thanks to RegScale. So Eric, tell us more about it.
Great, thank you, Tom. And it's an honor to be here. One of the great opportunities that we see is compliance is not boring old compliance. That said, it is still way too slow and occupies way too much of the budget. The real opportunity here is to look at how do we achieve effective compliance while also bringing together the benefits of improved security and improved risk management. And that's really the triumvirate where organizations are looking to today. How do we bridge that gap and operate efficiently while achieving higher states of compliance without just ineffective spend on compliance itself?
Eric, you've been around this industry for the past 20 odd years with your work in Rapid7 and Dynatrace and things. What is the real benefit that we're starting to see? And you say, rather than these manual processes, how are we getting into more automated processes? And what does that really mean for enterprises?
Well, there are a few different realities that are at play. One is, as customers of whomever the enterprise is, so whether you're a bank or you're a software company or you're an infrastructure provider, your customers are looking for assurance from you that you run secure programs. Certifications that highlight that and give you credibility, things like ISO 27001, FedRAMP, SOC 2, those accreditations give your customer base and your supply chain confidence that they can do business with you securely. So that's become more and more prominent than it used to be, and that's not slowing down, coupled by the fact that regulatory pressure continues to increase. So there's industry standard as well as regulatory pressure, and it's driven by a desire to get to market faster. The second reality is that with all of the evolving tech landscape, things just move faster, good things and nefarious things. And both of those require more adept and more nimble security practices, and compliance comes right along with that, because the historical approach of compliance is very periodic. Maybe we review it once a year. We wait for an audit to highlight challenges for us, and that is not sufficient anymore. The world is demanding more continuous and more complete programs.
So we're moving away from this annual tick box exercise that is probably a big overhead for people to making it real time. I mean, at Microsoft, we're really helping companies adopt AI, and compliance often pops up. One of our sort of key tenets is that we want to be able to people to adopt AI in a secure and safe way. So how does RegScale fall into that and help our enterprises really become compliant as they're laying out their AI landscape for the future?
Well, AI comes with a lot of behavioral changes for organizations. So when you think about the G in GRC, the governance element, understanding what your policies are, and then having visibility as an organization into how you're deploying your AI and when do you come up with toxic combinations. That old security adage does come true in AI as well. And so the ability to have a continuous monitoring of what's happening at the control level and relating that back to the desired outcomes that an organization has set out. So policy and compliance frameworks. ISO has very strong AI frameworks. NIST has strong AI governance frameworks. Having those natively in the platform and then being able to make that part of your governance program is a powerful capability. I will add that Microsoft also provides some native built-in capabilities that RegScale can tap into. So much like we do with the rest of the Microsoft stack, whether it's a Sentinel stack or whatever security and privacy controls you're using within Microsoft, RegScale can easily integrate with that and provide a continuous operating view with a risk or compliance lens to it into activities happening within the Microsoft toolset.
So make it tangible for me, the impact of RegScale. I'm thinking certifications take a long time to get. Can you speed that stuff up for our CISOs?
That's the great question, Tom. Let's be really blunt. GRC is slow and expensive. Full stop. It's a large element of budget and it's important, but it doesn't need to be slow and expensive. So our objective is to figure out how can we deliver real-time and near real-time continuous controls monitoring. So let's really keep tabs of the things we care most about and do so in a way that leverages the existing security investments that organizations have already made. So we're laser focused on the office of the CISO, and the tool stacks that CISOs have available provide amazing inputs into a risk and compliance management program. And we just have a modern, nimble tech stack that can bring greater visibility and significantly less workload at a total cost that's far below anything that historical GRC programs have required. And in doing so, you not only gain efficiency, but you also gain an improved risk posture.
Great. So I've always got one question, Eric, that I always ask my guests. And this is, I have here a magic wand. If you were able to wave this magic wand and improve the state of compliance in the ecosystem today, what would you do?
Great question. Thank you for that one. When I speak to CISOs, they generally have three care-abouts, and I think the magic wand would fit really nicely there. The first one's at an operational level, and they say, at the end of the day, before I go to bed, I'd like to have confidence that my controls are operating as designed. And when they're not, I'd like to have visibility into how much do I care and what are we doing about it. So that's the first operational control assurance objective. The second one is, as a CISO, I have some stakeholders and they're significant. I'll have our management team, we have our audit teams, and we have our board. And I need to report to them and I need to speak to them in a language they understand. So I need business context and I need it to be current and relevant. It can't be from a 6-month-old static report. I need it to be real time. And the last one is, there are higher bodies that call on us and demand in-depth justification of our programs. These could be regulators. This could be a Congress. Whomever is diving into our program, I want the confidence to be able to say, we have an end-to-end, fully automated program and it's operating as designed. So there's no negligence here. And if we can achieve those three things, that would be great use of Magic Wand. And frankly, that's what we're designed to do.
Fantastic. And you talk about operationalizing this. How does that happen? And what are some of the benefits that come out of it, if you can make it real for our audience here?
Just to start with a few numbers, clients tell us that they're achieving 60 and 65% reduction in audit times. Think about the operational drain that relieves from the business. The other thing, I talked about time to market and achieving certifications. If you can get 90% faster certification, you can just accelerate market entrance, you can accelerate product launches, those types of things. Those are real meaningful numbers. And so how do we do that? In part, it's by a smartly laid out architecture and a modern platform that leverages all the security investments you've made already. There are also some technology advancements, and we're doing much as infrastructure as code has done to the way that organizations run and deploy tech today. We're doing the same in compliance and risk. And so we're leveraging standards like compliance as code, the NIST OSCAL standard. We're using policy as code, and we're letting machines talk to machines and represent control posture, control status. And we're really accelerating the way that programs are set up and then deployed and operated, and thresholds are managed to all of the things that are very burdensome to do manually. We're taking advantage of the latest advancements, and standards really help with that.
You're not just going to be the compliance team's best friend, but you're going to be the best friend of a lot of the product groups and things as well, because the last thing they want to do on that process to launch a new product is wait for compliance to take them through the audit and things. So congratulations on that.
Yeah, thank you. Really hit there on sort of the shift left movement and how do we move risk and compliance deeper into the processes the organization is already doing. If we can plug into your DevSecOps program and be part of that CI/CD pipeline and take compliance off the plates of your developers, that's a win for the organization. And to your point, for anyone watching who's responded to a request for evidence, if we can automate evidence collection and remove that burden of proving a compliant state, I think everybody's happy, as well as in a better risk posture.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. So our enterprises that want to come and speak to you, how are they going to get hold of you?
So we, like everyone else, have a website, regscale.com. And on there's a contact us button. It's the easiest way. We are fortunate enough to be part of the Microsoft for Startups program, so we will be participating in the Microsoft dedicated meeting facility at the Palace Hotel. Second floor is all Microsoft, so RegScale is available there. And when in doubt, you can reach out to me directly. Email is eerston@regscale.com.